Hi viewers. So today I'm going to make my own mix so that I can take some cuttings, and I had bought this on sale, this clear tote that I'm going to use as like in an atrium or some type of small greenhouse, a cold frame. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix equal shares of peat moss, perlite, and play sand. And I'm going to recommend that you don't use organics when you're doing your cuttings. I would say use a sand or some kind of inert growing medium. And then I got my my root mix, which is a gel root mix. This is pretty common stuff from Wilson. I don't recommend any of this stuff. I find it's all the same. You can go natural and you can use aspirin or aloe vera, you know, bananas even. I've seen them growing them in potatoes and stuff like that. You can even use willow tea. That always works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this all filled up. I'm only going to bring it up to a certain level so that I can have enough room for the cuttings to grow and or leaf out. So let's get started mixing the dirt, and then we'll go find ourselves some cuttings. Time to harvest some gooseberries. Watch out for those thorns. So this is what I got. This is my haul for the year. There was more, but there's like, you know, there's not enough water and it tastes a little funny. So, but what I'm gonna do now is I got my radishes. We just got a little bit of rain. So I'm gonna re-sow. Alright, so these are my haskap cuttings. Now I don't really worry about variety and species or whatever. A haskap is a haskap as far as I'm concerned, just like a blueberry is a blueberry. To me it is. The only difference is size, but most likely they all taste like blueberries and haskaps taste like haskaps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep about 6 to 8 inches, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it just below this first node right here, about maybe a 1/4 inch or something like that. And I'm going to remove the rest of the leaves all the way to the top and leave just like maybe 3 or 4, and I'll even cut them and cut them right in half. And then I'm going to put rooting hormone, and then I'm going to stick them right in the dirt. Now when I did my mix here, which is sand, perlite, and peat moss, I made it so that it's damp. It's definitely damp. It's not soap. Do not soak your dirt when you do this. And then we'll show you as we go along here. Let's just prep the first one. We'll show you what's going on. And that's how I do it. So I'm going to leave it about 6 nodes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I got 5 plus the top. Close enough. Okay, I'm just going to take our root, cut on an angle. You can see the angle there. Oh, it's not going to focus. So we're just going to dip that in there up to the node. And I'll even try to get some on the second node here, because I'm going to plug it right down into the second node. So basically we're just going to take that, and then we're just going to, pretty simple, just put it right on in there. Just push it right on down. Real simple, real easy to do. And now I'm just going to continue on and get the rest of them in here. And then what I also have is I have a couple of grapes, because I had some extra grapevines, forget what they call them, the laterals. There was a couple extra ones here, so I'm going to cut a couple off of here and see how that works out. And I have some delicious apples, so these are red angled and delicious mix. I don't care what I end up to becoming, because I'm going to plant them. So we're going to do the same thing, but I'll show you as we get there. So there's the hascaps all done. I put them in there pretty tight, but as soon as they start taking roots, I'm just going to transplant them. So let's move on to the apple. So the apple is pretty much the same thing. You know, we're going to basically count about six nodes. So we're going to count from the top, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right about there, a good one, and we're going to cut right there. And what we're going to do is take these leaves off, and hopefully we get a nice, good rooting surface. So we take these off here all the way up to the top, and I only leave like two leaves. And if I have 3, I might cut 2 in half and just take the top off. But some I leave on, some I don't, and we'll find out later if that's actually helpful. We're going to take our rooting compound, dip it right in there to the second node or so. So I want to plug it right into the bottom second node. So we're just going to grab it like that and then just stick it right on in there. There, I pushed it right up to the third node, just like that. Pretty simple. Now, I haven't been too successful with a lot of these cuttings, but I'm hoping this time will do the trick. So let's get these apples done, and then we'll move on to the grapes. All right, there's the apples and the hascaps in there now. We're just going to work on some grapes here. And what I'm going to do is the same thing, but these are long enough that I could probably get, you know, maybe 2 or 3 cuttings out of each one. I'm definitely going to try. I'm not too successful with the grape, but we're going to give it a go anyway. So hold on to your horses and let's go. So here we are again, cutting really close to the node at the very bottom there. A node is just basically usually where a leaf will grow. We're going to cut them off. Now we got a nice, I think I might even give it a little scratch there a little bit, and that's about it, right? I'll cut the tendril off, and I'm going to cut these leaves off until I get to the top baby leaves. So we got this one, and then we got those last 2. So I'm going to leave those last 2 and pluck this all the way in. And that's it, just plug her right on in there and we'll see what happens. So there we go, we have some apple, haskap, grape, and a little bit of room for something else if we decide. I do have a nectarine plant down there that's doing really well. That tree is just growing like a weed, so I just might take some cuttings in there and throw them in there as well, because I love nectarines. So we're just going to put the lid on, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go over to my barn. This here is the south side. We're going to go to the north side, because when you're making cuttings, they want ambient light, not direct sunlight. It's a good way to kill them if you put them right in sunlight. Well, this is as good a place as any. On the north side of my wall here, I got it behind this structure that my brother's building, and we'll check on it every week, make sure there's enough moisture in there, and we'll just see what's going on. So I hope you like my video, and if you do, don't forget to smash that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Always makes me feel good to see a new subscriber, and it just pushes me that much harder to make more videos. So have a good day, folks. So I took a limb off of one of my hickory trees there, my shagbark hickory, and what I'm doing is I'm basically just cutting the bottom and then just cutting up that surface right there a little bit to the cambium, and then I'm just stabbing them in the ground, see what happens. If they go, that's great. I got them down here on the right side of my property because this is where all my nut trees go. My butternut there still coming back. I'm definitely gonna have to get a better marker because I can barely see that thing sometimes. So here's one that I've already just stabbed into the ground. And basically it's kind of like any other cutting really. You just cut all the pieces off that you don't really need except for a couple and see what happens. Got nothing to lose on this one. And we finally got the rain in. So it's just, it's been raining all morning. Can't get any greenhouse stuff done because I got to do some welding. But yeah, here we are. Well, it's time to harvest the garlic from my last fall. I'll try and leave a video or a link to the video at the end of this. But yeah, let's pull them out and find out what we got here. These here are ball pules or whatever. They're like little seeds for garlic. You can eat them. These are the scapes here. But yeah, it's really interesting. Let's pull them out and see what we got. Here's my garlic haul. Really small garlics. Almost not worth it. They're almost the same size as what I put in. But I'm going to have all these scapes and stuff to play with as well. So I might just pickle a jar. But that's what I got.